You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Carrie, it's not the two of us. How are you?
Great. It's an exciting time.
We are both very excited.
We've been waiting for this.
I know. We were talking about it. The suspense has been killing us. We have been waiting for our friend Stan Solo to come back from his adventures and share them with us. Hi, Stan.
Hello, hello. How are you two today?
We are great. We are all ears because we can't wait to hear about your adventure. Welcome home.
Oh my gosh, this was such an amazing adventure. It was like every day was better than the next day. It was so good. It was so good.
We did a whole episode about your plans. So I should have looked up the number, but it's a few episodes back for people. If you want to hear the plans, listen to that episode with Stan, because now we're going to get the real deal, how the plans panned out and how the trip was in reality. So if you're first listening to us and you haven't met Stan before, Stan is from the Solo Show and the Grand Circle Tour podcast. You can find both of those wherever you listen to your audio. Stan, do you want to give us the start with the whole, this was my plan. This was it.
Yeah. So as we mentioned back in the pre-show, when we were planning this, it basically started 2 years ago when we were in London for Star Wars Celebration. For people that don't know, Star Wars Celebration is very similar to D23 Expo, except it's instead of being for Disney, it's for Star Wars. So it's the world's largest Star Wars convention. It's every 2 years, just like D23 Expo. But the difference is D23 Expo is always in Anaheim, California, whereas Star Wars Celebration will travel from city to city. And not just city to city in the U.S., city to city around the world. Like it's been in Germany, it's been in London twice, it's now the second time in Tokyo. It's been in Chicago, it's been in Orlando, it's been in Anaheim, it's been in Denver, it's been in it's been all over. So in London, they announced it was going to be in Tokyo. And my friends and I were all in London together, and we're like, well, I guess we're going to Tokyo in 2 years. So that's when the planning started. It was like 2 years ago. So I figured, well, if I'm going to go to Tokyo, we got to go to Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. And if I'm going all the way to Tokyo, well, I might as well make a pit stop in Hong Kong and go visit, Hong Kong Disney. I was really tempted to do Shanghai and then knock off every Disney park in the world, but it was just getting a little bit pricey, and to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous to travel to mainland China on my own.
Right.
My friends didn't want to do the Hong Kong part. They wanted to explore Tokyo more. So I went by myself to Hong Kong and was there for hang on, it's a bit of a spoiler. I was there for 4 days instead of 2 days because my boss said I had to use up my vacation time. So I ended up taking 3 weeks of vacation instead of 2. So since we talked last, the plan was to only do 2 days in Hong Kong. Because I had these extra days tacked onto my vacation time, I'm like, well, I'm going by myself. I wonder how much it would cost to change my flight 2 days early.
Oh.
So
that's a Carrie move.
Yeah. So I contacted the airline, and it was a little bit different flight. I went 2 days early. I left Winnipeg the same time, still did the layover in Denver. Instead of going to San Francisco, I went to LA airport and left LA basically the same time. But I got in at 5 a.m, 2 days early. And I stayed on Disney property for the whole time. But I thought, you know what, there's different hotels. I figured I'm going to stay at 2 different Disney hotels.
Oh.
So I did 2 nights at the Hollywood Hotel and 2 nights at Explorers Lodge. Hollywood Hotel it's kind of split in two. Half of it is Mickey and Friends themed, and the other half is Marvel themed. So I chose the Marvel theme.
Of course.
So I booked the hotel for 2 nights. And then after that, it was just a matter of, they moved the luggage for me. I just brought it to the front desk. They moved it to the next hotel. So I got an extra 2 days out of this holiday. So now I had 4 days in Hong Kong instead of 2. And it was a good thing because I would have done nothing in Hong Kong. I probably would have forced myself to do more, but because I had 2 extra days, I was like, oh, I got 2 extra days. So basically days 1 through 3 was travel.
Right.
It was a 16-day total. I left Wednesday afternoon. I didn't arrive until Friday morning, their time, which would have been Friday night, Thursday night, our time.
Wow.
Yeah. So you kind of lose.
That's a lot of travel.
And you lose a day too, right? Like you lose a day going and you gain a day coming back. Is that how it works? Sort of.
Well, you don't really gain a day coming back.
But you know what I mean. You're back to normal when you're coming home.
You really lose a day going because I pretty much lost all of Thursday. But coming back, I left Friday, coming back, and I arrived Friday or Saturday.
That's so weird.
I don't know. I left Saturday, came back Saturday. It's all a blur. But the plane trip to from Denver to LA was not uneventful. We were in the air and they made an announcement over the PA asking if there's a doctor on board, which I'm not, so I kept my mouth shut. But when we landed in LA, they asked everybody to remain seated because there's a medical emergency on board and the paramedics were going to come and take the person off. The person was able to walk off on her own. She got off the plane and they asked everybody to remain seating. So anybody who had like really short layovers were told to go next and ask everybody else. I had 2 hours, so I was fine. I'm just glad, that they didn't decide to turn around and go back to Denver because that would have really changed things. So then I was able to get off. So I saw her go by, the girl. She walked by herself. She seemed to be okay. She's carrying her backpack. So then the rest of us got off the plane, and when I got off the plane, she was just standing there watching everybody getting off and kind of talking to the paramedics. Like, I don't know how much of an emergency it was. So I'm glad she was okay, but it just seemed, it wasn't, you're expecting a stretcher or an ambulance.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was kind of an exciting start to the trip. Yeah.
Now, how about that next flight? That was a long one.
So that was a long one, yeah. So we left around 11 p.m. LA time, and then we get into Hong Kong at 5 in the morning. By the time I get my luggage and all that and get a taxi, I thought the taxis would take credit cards because I did not bring very much cash. But they take cash only.
Oh.
Yeah, so that used up more than half of the cash I had to get to the hotel. And now I'm thinking, how am I going to get back? Because my plan was to take a taxi back to the airport. I figured out a way, but it was like, I'm thinking like, does my ATM going to work? Am I going to be able to withdraw money? Yeah. But anyway, I get there and I'm exhausted. It's 6 in the morning. I'm completely tired. Room's not ready, of course. There's no way in the world the room's going to be ready. So I just figured, my original plan was the day I landed, I was going to go see the Big Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I just don't want to leave the Disney property. Like, I don't want to start dealing with trains and subways and all this. So I figure I'm just going to spend the day hanging out. So and hopefully my room is ready earlier. So I walked around. There's three different hotels. Yeah, there's the Disneyland Hotel, Hollywood Hotel, and Explorers Lodge Hotel. There's no downtown Disney area. Like, there's no shopping area at all. It's pretty small.
Did the hotels, I'm assuming they all have gift shops?
Yeah. They had gift shops and all that. So I explored the gift shops. I went for dinner at the Disneyland Hotel. I thought it was a quick service, but I don't think it was. I asked for a quick service restaurant.
You don't think it was?
Well, they served me. It wasn't a quick serve because they served me and they brought me my food and I ordered off a menu. So no, it wasn't a quick serve. It was a table service. So no, I know now that it wasn't.
I'm like, wait a minute. How is this confusing?
Yeah. So I ordered the filet mignon with macaroni and cheese. That's got to be good. Or the filet, the beef filet with macaroni and cheese. Sorry, not filet, beef filet with macaroni and cheese. This has got to be good.
Yeah.
with a pineapple bun. Well, the pineapple bun was good.
No.
Oh no. How do you mess up macaroni and cheese? It wasn't good?
It wasn't macaroni and cheese at all. It was a soup with Mickey noodles in it that were not cooked. They were cooked really al dente. They were almost crunchy, and big hunks of tomato in the soup. And then there was these big hunks of beef gristle that I didn't realize beef could be that gristly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is totally something that I would order and then end up being like, what on earth is this?
Yeah, so there was a little bit of cheese melted inside the soup, and yeah, it was kind of,
Ugh.
you got to be kidding me! Like this is
Carrie's
my
on mute.
first meal.
It's on mute.
That's what I said. Your first meal. Sorry, I muted because I was coughing.
Yeah,
Now everybody knows I was coughing.
yeah,
Your first, oh, that's terrible.
yeah. So now it's like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'll see how close it is to my room being ready. So I go back to the front desk, and he goes, "Oh no, it won't be ready till 3." I think, well, you told me it might be early. And he goes, "No, it won't be ready till 3." It's like, okay. I don't really want to deal with public transportation. I don't want to just hang out at these resorts anymore.
Right.
Screw it. I'm just going to buy a Disney park ticket and go to the park.
Mm.
So I called an audible and I forgot to do a half day at the park. And by 3 o'clock, my room would be ready. I can go back to the room. Well, I ended up watching the fireworks at the end of the day.
You got your second wind. You got over the hump.
Yeah, I had a couple of cups of coffee and got my second wind, exactly. I had a great time at the park. I pretty much did everything, though, from between 11 and 9.
Really?
I pretty much, did everything. Highlights is Mystic Manor, I believe is what it was called. It's Mystic Manor. It's similar to Haunted Mansion, but not anything like the Haunted Mansion. I mean, it's a house.
Yeah.
For the similarities then.
It's similar, but nothing like it at all. Like there's no doom buggies. It's a trackless ride. The only thing that's similar is it's in a house that could be a haunted mansion if you imagine it's a haunted mansion.
Oh, neat. And how were the lines?
There was no lines anywhere. I walked on everything. Jungle Cruise was really cool because it starts off in one. Well, when I went, it was no lines, but I guess later on in the day when I checked, there was lines. But you could choose an English line or a Chinese or Cantonese line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what skipper you get. So you could choose an English skipper or a Cantonese skipper, which was really cool. So I did both. Did
you laugh both times? Why not?
yeah. And the English one was like the Cantonese one you couldn't really understand very well, but the English one was really funny. Yeah, she was good. They don't do backside of water joke, but they have like fire falling and explosions and water going, and yeah, Jungle Cruise was really good as well. I have to say. So I don't know. I ended up walking 28,000 steps that day.
Oh my gosh. After all that travel I couldn't do that. I could not do that.
So I mean, I did get there at 6 a.m. I didn't get to my room till like 10. So,
wow.
So yeah, I was on my feet like a long time.
I bet you slept well that night.
Yeah. So the next day I was paying for it. Like this is already, I just got there and I'm already paying for it type of thing.
Yeah. You pushed
time travel too. Like you missed a day and you were on a long flight and you got there early and then you walked 28,000 steps.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Exactly.
And had a crappy dinner.
And I had a crappy dinner. Yeah. I'm just trying to think, what did I eat in the parks? I don't think I even ate that much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I really ate that much. The Ant-Man and Wasp attraction was really cool. Small World was really cool. It had the Rocket and the Avengers incorporated in Small World. Marvel is huge in Hong Kong.
Interesting.
Like they have that Marvel hotel. In Tomorrowland is really themed Marvel, way more Marvel than Star Wars. In Tomorrowland.
Carrie, I don't know if we would understand it all. We don't know all the Marvel people.
I think we'd be okay.
I guess. Well, you don't really need to know. I mean, Tomorrowland is where the Marvel is. I mean, you don't have to go to the Marvel
We know
hotel.
Groot.
Yeah, you know Groot.
I know Groot. Yeah.
Like
and
there was
and the Ant-Man.
And the Ant-Man was in. So Small World was Marvel. It was Small World, but they added Marvel characters, kind of like
that's kind of cool.
In California, it's Small World, but they add Disney characters,
right?
Kind of like that. I didn't want to buy too much because, as we talked about the suitcase situation, so I did end up deciding to put a carry-on hard case inside my large case.
Nice.
That's what I ended up deciding to do.
Smart.
But I didn't want to separate them too early because then I have to lug around. I stayed at 5 different hotels on this trip.
It's a lot of moving.
Yeah. It's a lot of packing each day and all that. And I didn't want to be lugging all the suitcases and all that. The nighttime spectacular was probably the worst nighttime spectacular I ever saw at Disney parks.
You're kidding.
Yeah. I mean, it was okay. I mean, I think Disney World, Disneyland Paris, any of the ones I've ever seen, I'd have to say was better.
Interesting.
Which is surprising because you would think China would be really big on fireworks.
And technology in the fireworks.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, Paris was amazing. Paris was probably the best one I ever saw before going to Tokyo. But yeah. So that's days 1, 2, and 3, pretty much.
Wow.
So day 4, I went to Hong Kong. It was really foggy out. It was cloudy. I was really tired. I didn't even want to get out of bed, but it's like, okay, I came all this way. I'm getting out of bed. I forced myself, to get up, get a shower and all that. Left the room about 7:00 in the morning.
Oh, there's no way. Especially if I was there by myself, it would have been a lunchtime departure for me.
Yeah.
Like I would have slept in and said, no, I need my rest.
Yeah, that's probably what I should have done. So I went to the Giant Buddha. You take a Skyliner, it's a gondola, but I call it a Skyliner because of Disney World. So you take the Skyliner up the mountain. It's like a 20-minute ride. Like it's
a long one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
And you're going over the jungle and you can hear all the birds in the jungle singing and all that as you're going up. It's really cool. I happened to be with 2 people that were from Calgary. Were in the same gondola as me. We ended up spending pretty much the entire Big Buddha time together.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah. So that worked out nice. I had somebody to kind of be with, the whole time. The temperature was great. It was like 20 degrees Celsius or 22, 23 degrees Celsius, but it was just foggy and cloudy. You couldn't even see the Buddha.
Yeah, you posted some pictures of that, right? Like where
Yeah. You could kind of see an outline and you have to walk up. I think it's like 260 some steps or something like that. After you get off the gondola, you walk through a village and then you have to walk up these steps.
Oh my gosh.
And as we're walking up, it's just getting foggier and foggier the more we're walking up. It's like you barely even see the steps anymore. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way in the world we're seeing this Buddha.
So did you have to buy a postcard of what the Buddha really looked like so that because you couldn't get a picture of it?
I took a picture of a postcard. So
I could see. Good idea, really.
Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I got. I got a silhouette. After that, we came. There was a temple there of the 10,000 monks, and you can't take, or 10,000 Buddhas, one or the other. I think it was 10,000 Buddhas they call it. You can't take any pictures inside at all, so it's hard to remember when you're exhausted and but it was really cool. It was really neat. There's a little village there that they sell all sorts of crap to tourists.
Right.
I actually bought my wife a really nice necklace at one of the places that sell all the crap. I'm looking around like there's nothing, and this necklace is nice. So after that, I got down. Hong Kong is like, you talk about malls. There's malls everywhere in Hong Kong, and they're like really modern malls, and they're all packed. Like nobody's at Disneyland; they're all at the mall.
I love the idea that there aren't a lot of lines.
Yeah. I went to the mall. I had lunch there, or a late lunch, and it wasn't much better than the one I had at Disney the day before.
Oh,
At this point, I'm thinking, I'm not liking Hong Kong food.
yeah.
I was expecting to really enjoy the food, and yeah, it was not something I really wanted. It was like, and the malls were packed like Christmas on Christmas week. That's how packed the malls are. It is absolutely crazy.
Huh.
I wanted to buy some shoes because I hear that shoes are really cheap in Hong Kong. So I went into the New Balance store, and you could barely even move.
Did you get shoes?
No, I couldn't. I was like, this is ridiculous. I don't need shoes this bad. So I need shoes now after doing this trip.
Yeah.
I don't have
You
any.
should have had a little patience.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was ridiculous. So I'm like, you know what? I'm too tired. I went back to the room and I had a little nap. I just took it easy, and then I had dinner at the buffet at the hotel, and that was good because you could kind of pick and choose different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty good. I didn't realize it, but the buffet was like $100 Canadian. But
what?
It was well, I mean, it's at a Disney resort, so
wow. Were there characters?
Yeah, there's Donald Duck was there. You can get your picture with Donald Duck.
Wow.
But he didn't walk around at all. And yeah, there was no way that was $100 worth of food, but about 77 US, I think would be.
Huh.
I mean, it was the desserts were really good. Unfortunately, I filled myself up with the food, and then I tried it. You know, normally, like oftentimes at a Disney buffet, the desserts look amazing.
Yes.
But they don't really taste that great.
They're not always the best.
They're not always the best. These were really good. These desserts.
But you filled up on food did you not do like the buffet, the golden rule of the buffet? You go look at the desserts before you get the food.
Well, I looked at them and they looked like your standard Disney desserts. So you got a chocolate Mickey on top with a red dome. You know, then I bite into that red dome and there's like layers in it, and it was so good. Yeah, like it wasn't just a cake pop. You know.
Also, you're probably like your head's probably, your mind's probably saying you're starved because you have had 2 crappy meals. You're probably. I can see like actually finding some pretty tasty regular like food if you have had some crappy food, or you know you didn't enjoy it. You're probably like, oh, thank heavens.
Yeah.
You didn't think you'd want this.
That was exactly it. So I called that one an early night. That was a short, kind of a short. All I did was the Big Buddha and the Disney dinner and a nap.
You took a 20-minute gondola and had to walk up 200 or something stairs to see the Buddha, and then back. Then that's pretty much what most people would do just in a day for something to do. So I think you could probably
that's a pretty full day.
And I went to this mall that was like Christmas Eve. It was crazy. So that brought me to day 5. I got to switch hotels already. Day 5. So I had everything pretty much packed up the night before because I called it an early night. Brought my luggage down, dropped it off at the front desk, and they said they would move it over to the next hotel. So that was easy. I took the train to Hong Kong Island, and I did what they call the Peak, which I was told is the highest point in Hong Kong. Like Hong Kong's a really modern city. Like there's sky-rise buildings like crazy, and it seems to me you're either really, really rich or really, really poor in this city. There's nothing in between, from what I could tell, because you're either driving a Lamborghini or you're taking an escalator at work. Like, there's nothing in between. I didn't see a lot of homeless people, but it was Sunday, and there was a lot of. They set up these cardboard cities, and apparently they do this every Sunday. The women do this, and they just gossip and exchange meals and exchange food and just talk, and they get together every Sunday, and they set up these like little cardboard rooms in the train station and like all over the place, like
a little community, and you get together and share food and chit chat. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, but it's on the ground on the cement sidewalk.
I don't love that part, but I love the concept.
Like we would go to Tim Hortons and gossip.
Yes.
or go to a bingo hall. They sit on the sidewalk by the train station.
That's so. Oh wow! I guess
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about whose house,
yeah.
who's
So
hosting.
and they all bring their own meals and they share food and stuff. So I did the peak. I had a really hard time using the Google Maps app. I found out later that I didn't have it set properly
Oh,
because I was trying to. You could take a it's called a tram. You could take this tram that goes up the mountain that will take you to the where the peak is. So that's what I was trying to get to, and I saw a sign with the bus at the bus stop saying peak. So I said, well, okay, I'll take this bus to that tram. Well, the bus took me to the peak
oh,
instead of taking me to this tram that I wanted to ride. But this bus driver, oh my gosh, like there's super narrow streets going up this mountain, and there's like hardly any sidewalk, and people are walking on the street, and this guy's going as fast as that bus will go up this mountain,
oh.
and just whizzing like I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a thrill ride. It was like 25 cents only. This is incredible.
Was the bus packed?
I don't think I had anybody beside me. Like it wasn't like full,
Full.
but
Okay.
but it stops at regular stops and it's people on and off. Like it's
Wow.
not. It's like a city bus, but
City
it
bus
was,
that goes up the tallest mountain in the
yeah,
city.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, strange.
So once you get to the peak, there's a mall, of course. So you have to walk through this mall that is packed like it's Christmas Eve.
So when you say peak, like when you say it peak to me, I'm thinking like the Grinch Stole Christmas peak. This is not that type of peak.
Yeah, no, there's villages and buildings all the way going up this mountain.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I got a better picture in my head now. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
And at the peak of the peak, there's this big tall building with a lookout point. So you pay to go up on that lookout point. You don't have to pay to look out the mountain, but you can go up an extra 3 floors, whatever. Take the escalators up. They love escalators in Hong Kong. It is escalators everywhere. So I went and looked. You get up to the peak and you look around and you go, yeah, there's Hong Kong. Those are big buildings. And you leave.
Oh
And you go to the mall and have lunch of some food that doesn't taste good.
Yeah. Did you have another bad meal?
Well, so this time I picked a bento box. I figured, how bad can this be? Because it has shrimp, it has rice, it has like a broth soup, but the broth soup was very fishy tasting. I like salmon, I like shrimp, I like crab. But I'm not a big fan of fish. And everything tasted like fish to me.
Mm.
I mean, it wasn't too bad. And then I ordered a milk tea. That was good. That was really good. It was like, I don't know what it was in. It was tea and milk, but it was more milk than tea.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, that was really good. And then I took the tram down.
Okay, so you got to do the tram on the other way, like the other way down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a lot cheaper taking the bus than it was the tram, but it was kind of cool doing. And I think this is the world's oldest tram ride or something like that. It's like they've got newer ones since. Like this one now has a glass roof and all that. But it's pretty cool because you're going straight down and you feel like you're sitting level, but you look out the window and you're at a big angle.
Oh.
Like it's pretty cool. So then I didn't know really what to do because I wanted to go to the ladies' market and I wanted to take the ferry across to the other island, and so I decided to just get a hop on, hop off bus ticket.
Okay.
Kind of explore the city, but I did that in Paris only with boats instead of a bus. So I bought the 1-day pass, and it allowed me to take the ferry across to the island and back. And I mean, the ferry I think was like 30 cents or something like that.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I was like, she made a big deal about it. Like, oh yeah, you get to go use the ferry there and back with this hop on, hop off bus. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a deal. I'll pay the extra $4 for that. Then I get there and I see the sign. It's like 30 cents. So, but anyways, it was cool, and I met some people from the U.S. They were out for some kind of business thing in Hong Kong, and so I hung out with them for quite a bit, and just kind of, it was neat. I never did see the Ding Dings. That was one of the things I really wanted to ride.
Mm-hmm.
I never. They said they saw them. They didn't know what they were. They just thought they're these really unique looking weird buses. And they actually took pictures of them. And they said, "Is this what it looks like?" I go, "Yeah, that's it." And they said, "Yeah, we saw those. They're neat." And I said, "Yeah, they're like 10 cents to ride. Like you can. It's pretty. They looked cool." So I never got to ride the Ding Dings, and I never took the escalators up the mountain. There's another mountain you can take escalators up. So that was one of the things I was looking forward to. But I did go to the ladies' market or the women's market, which is they don't sell women. As it turned out, no, I knew that going in. What that was from was I guess during the war, the people started selling clothing and stuff in order to make money, and it just kind of became this market where people would sell their stuff.
Oh.
Well, now it's basically a tourist area where they sell crap to tourists.
Right.
Is basically what it is. And it's almost like when you go to Mexico to these touristy spots and they try to haggle you with, oh, yeah, you have to get this. You're a big man. You need this. You need that.
Yeah.
You stop and look at anything and they're on you right away.
So what did you buy?
I bought and I already have one, but it's starting to get kind of old. But it looks like a paper McDonald's bag.
A paper McDonald's bag?
Yeah, it looks like a you go to McDonald's and you order a meal and they give you the paper bag.
Yeah, the one like the one with the little handles, or
no,
just a regular. It's just a brown paper bag.
A brown paper bag from McDonald's, yeah, but it's made out of cloth. So that's actually what I take to work every day with my lunch in it.
Oh, okay.
And everybody says that's a cool bag. Like you look at it at first and you go like, "Oh, Stan brought McDonald's to work," and then they realize, "Oh, yeah, no, that's his cloth bag that he has every day."
Okay, so there you go. Then you have a story for your lunch bag every day.
Yeah, and it turns out they don't take cash, or they don't take Visa, and so I said, well, I only have Visa. So she said, well, you have to follow me. So she starts taking me down. And she said, you want to pay Visa? And I go, yeah. And she goes, okay, follow me. So I'm following her, and she's taking me down these like dark, scary back alleys, like down another dark, scary back alley. I'm like, where am I? I'm not going to survive this day. Like, there's no way I'm going to be dead. Anyway, so she took me to this store, and I'm able to scan my Visa card, and I bought my paper bag.
That's awesome.
And then the other thing I really wanted to do is they do this nighttime show where you stand on one side of the harbor, and then across the harbor they have all these tall, massive buildings, and these buildings do a light show set to music, and they have the special music that's this Hong Kong conductor created, so the lights will go in sync with the music.
Oh, nice!
And it's supposed to be really, really pretty, and they do it every night. And so I'm waiting. I'm so tired. It's like I really want to see this, but I really want to leave. Well, it turns out there's a coffee festival there at the pier. This happens to be
coffee festival.
Coffee festival, yeah, where all the local coffee brewers were, promoting their local coffee. So I thought, well, maybe I could find a cup of coffee there. This coffee festival is sampling coffee. So,
oh my goodness!
After about 5 espressos, Stan was ready to go. Like, I was perfectly fine. I was back at that pier waiting for that light show. I was wide awake now. But it was so neat. Like there's so much kinetic energy at that Hong Kong pier. Like there's boats going by, there's helicopters giving people rides. You just kind of stand there and you can listen. You can hear like 7 or 6 or 8 different conversations going on at the same time, and they're all in different languages. Like there's people speaking French and speaking Italian and speaking Spanish and Cantonese and English and the British accents. And it was really, it's like people from all over the world are in Hong Kong all the time. Wow. It was really, really something to experience. So I wait for the light show, and wow, that was a disappointment.
Oh.
they're blaring this music all night long on these speakers, and when the light show starts, and they make the announcement, how Disney makes the announcement that in 5 minutes we're going to be having the lights of the harbor or whatever they call it. So you're anticipating it, you're waiting for it, and I'm with these people that I met. Wherever I go, I meet people. I'm never by myself, so I'm talking to them about it and about this stuff and our different adventures we've had. So the light show was kind of like, it didn't, like, I'm expecting it like the buildings would light up from left to right and then right to left and up and down and then all be the same color, and they just kind of randomly blinked, nothing in tune with the music, and the music was so quiet I could barely even hear it. Like, yeah.
Oh, like, you're kidding.
Like, I stayed up for this.
All the espressos and
yeah. So I went back and I checked into my hotel and my luggage was there and everything. So that went smooth. But yeah, it was good. Day 6. This was my last day in Hong Kong. And then I had one more night, and then I was leaving to Tokyo the next day. And this was a full day at Hong Kong Disneyland.
Okay.
The last day. It was good. It was good. My goal was to do the shows, eat as many snacks as I could, and everything. I did Jungle Cruise again. First thing in the morning. There was this Jungle Cruise skipper that was there. He was like, I was just in line watching him, and I saw him go out, and then I saw him come in. But he seemed like really over the top, like really flamboyant, and really like his hands were waving around. He just really stood out to me as like, this guy's unique. I think he was the exact same guy that I later saw in one of the shows, like he was playing the genie or something like that.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, because I did all the shows. Yeah, so they did Mystic Manor again and all that. I think he was the genie in Mickey and the Wondrous Book, which was an amazing show.
You enjoyed the shows as well?
Really good show, yeah. There's an effect with Olaf that I don't even know how they did it. Like, it was really good. There was the Moana show. That one was it was okay. It was all right. The heroic encounter with Iron Man. Now this I got to tell you about. So they have this. It's an attraction, and it's called the Heroic Encounter with Iron Man at the Iron Man Tech Showcase.
Okay.
So it's an attraction, and I can't do anything that spins or drops or flips or goes too fast. So I'm kind of nervous not knowing what this is. So I asked a cast member, I said, like, is this okay? Like, does it spin or anything? And she goes, it's Iron Man Tech Showcase. And I go, yeah, and I know what it's called, but like, is it, like, can I get sick doing this? Like, is it going to spin or is it too fast? Tech Showcase. She says, Tech Showcase. All right, I'm doing Tech Showcase. So I'm kind of nervous. So it's a pretty long queue. So I get in and they have us go put our backs against the wall, and there's this big circle, and we have to bring up so our feet are kind of touching the circle, and they shine this projection on the ground. It's half English and half Cantonese, and there's this projection that I didn't understand what was going on at all. Like, I didn't know what was going on, and I'm starting to get kind of nervous. Like right. I know this isn't it. There's more to this. So then the door opens up, and they take like a couple people only into the door, and we're still in there, and there's sirens going and strobe lights and all that. And then they take me and a couple more people. It's a freaking meet and greet with Iron Man.
Say the room was gonna spin.
I'm nervous as heck. The door opens up. I go in, and Iron Man's standing there, and he has these pre-recorded recordings, and his hand lights up, and you stand beside him, you take a picture, and then you say thank you, and you leave.
Oh my gosh!
What was the ride called again? What was the?
So the attraction was called Heroic Encounter with Iron Man and the Iron Man Tech Showcase.
Okay, I
I
guess that
guess
sort of makes sense.
the tech showcase was the projection on the ground with these circles going around a little bit and the strobe lights and the siren. That's the tech showcase, and then you go see Iron Man.
Oh
The
my
Iron Man
gosh,
experience.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I don't know. It was okay. Festival of the Lion King was really good. That was another show I did. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than the one at Walt Disney World at Animal Kingdom, but it's different. It's similar but different. Like they still had the big puppet characters, and they still had the flame guys that shoot around, and the girl that spins around, it's all different. It was really neat. I'm so glad that I did that, and I left before the fireworks.
Yeah, well, you'd already done them.
I've already did them, and I didn't really enjoy them the first time. So I was like, I'm gonna kind of leave. What was really neat though, you know how so you have to take the Disney shuttle buses to the resorts. You can't walk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there might be a way, but it'd probably be a really long way in that. But so you take the shuttle buses. So you know, at the end of the day, when you're leaving at Walt Disney World, that line can get daunting, and you're standing there and you're waiting and all that. So what they do is there's a lot of buses, and they come quick. So even though it's a big long line, it goes pretty quick. But as you walk through the turnstiles, like the back and forth, when you get to the final part, they have chairs there. So you actually, instead of standing in line, you get to sit in line. You have these folding chairs, and when those chairs are full, they know to cut off the line because that's how many chairs there are on the bus. So when the bus pulls up, all those people get their own chair, and there's no standing or anything like that. And then the next bus comes, and really well organized, I thought.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is, talk about efficient.
Yeah. And
nice.
It's really close to the resorts are really close to the park.
Right.
Like it's not, you're not a 30-minute drive or anything. It's pretty quick. We're at 50 minutes or 45 minutes. Right. I'm only on day 7.
You're only on day 7. I think we're going to have to split this into another episode.
Yeah, I think so.
So we got this far. We're day 7. And I think everybody's going to have to come back in a couple of weeks to hear the second part. Yeah,
because then I go to Tokyo. So the next morning I'm leaving to Tokyo. So that's where we'll pick it up.
That's where we'll pick it up next episode. Now, since we're going to do this and we're going to split it, there isn't going to be Pixie Dust this week, other than the fact that Stan's home and he's joining us to tell us about his adventures. That's our Pixie Dust this week. We will have Pixie Dust in a couple of weeks when we come back.
What if I have some questions about Hong Kong?
Oh yeah, we could do it.
Ask your questions and then we'll wrap it up. Okay.
So overall, what would you rate it as? Like, just comparing to your other experiences, like take the fireworks maybe out of the equation.
You're talking.
Were you glad that you went? Like you were like, were you happy that you saw, like, you had the extra days to see lots more of Hong Kong though? Because how would you have felt if you just would have done 2 days of Disneyland Hotel and left? Like,
because my original plan was to do Hong Kong everything in one day.
Right.
Like to do the Big Buddha. The Big Buddha was on the fence whether I was going to do that or not. I didn't even get a chance to do everything I wanted to do because I wanted to do that escalator up the mountain thing. I wanted to do the Ding Ding bus tour, which I never got the chance to do. But I'm glad I went. I was actually really sad leaving Hong Kong. Oh. I wish I had an extra day or two. I'm almost sorry I did that. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry I did that full day at Disney the second day. It's almost like I wish that half day I did the Buddha and just toughed it through. And then had 2 full days for Hong Kong itself instead of just the one. I don't know. It was sad. Hong Kong Disneyland, if you're a real Disney fanatic and your goal is to see every Disney park, you have to do Hong Kong. It's a Disney park. You got to do it, right? It's really unique. A lot of people speak English in Hong Kong. It's easy to get around and everything. I wish I had another day. And looking back at it, But at the same time, I'm also kind of sorry I did 2 days at the park, because it really is only a 1 day park. So if you're a Disney fan, is it worth it to go for just 1 day?
Right.
Maybe not, but there's a lot more to see and do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to those malls that are packed and you can barely walk. You can go to that nighttime show that isn't worth going
Well,
to.
I'd expect too, like going to Hong Kong, depending on where you've traveled. Like I've never traveled, like I haven't been too far in the world, but like I think just seeing a city like that would be amazing, right? Like just experiencing it. Probably most would have never experienced anything like that in their life. Like they would just be like gobsmacked. You wouldn't believe what you were seeing, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
how
Yeah, that's exactly
after what you've said. Like to me, that would be a draw too.
like I'm sitting there waiting for that show by the harbor, and I'm just listening to conversations, and I'm like, there's people from all over the world here. Like I've never really experienced. Like I went to France and I went to London, and it's mostly French and English in France, and it's mostly. I mean, yeah, you get a couple of people that speak Italian or whatever, but this was really unique. It was totally different than Tokyo is. The people, the Japanese people are very, they're very polite. They're very organized. They're very like almost military in the way that they do things. In a way that, you know what I mean. Whereas the Hong Kong is like a bowl of spaghetti. Like everyone's going everywhere all the time. It's so much activity in Hong Kong. It's a very, very lively city.
It'd be fun to see.
Yeah, I'm glad I went. I'm really glad I went. I kind of want to go back. I kind of want to do a Shanghai, Hong Kong trip.
That was my next question. So good.
Yeah. I kind of want to do Shanghai, then Hong Kong back to back.
Oh, see? Yeah. Carrie's like thinking in her brain, okay, what am I planning? Where am I going? How am I planning this out?
It's really interesting.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
To hear everything about the trip. Like I know we love Disney. We talk about Disney, but
to hear the other parts of the trip is kind of fascinating. And you think about all the, like what it's like to see these things with your own eyeballs and experience them and hear them and smell them. And it's pretty cool.
Like when we went to London, my friends wanted to go to Shanghai. Or it's not Shanghai, sorry, Stonehenge. And they're like, yeah, you want to come with us to Stonehenge? I go, yeah, I want to go to Stonehenge. And it was like, I'm so glad I did it. Like, you know, it was, you get there and you see the stones, but then you kind of start asking questions to the guy. And maybe I should have done that at the peak. I mean, the peak was cool, but I got there, I looked around, and okay, this is the view.
Right. Had you asked more questions or whatever and got more of the story, it might have been different. Yeah. Yeah.
Or done more research or something. I don't know. To me, the peak was kind of underwhelming. There's a lot of parts that were underwhelming. The food, the peak, the fireworks, the light show. But there's other parts that were absolutely fascinating and incredible.
It's probably so much more too, right? Like you said, if you had more days and you did a little bit more research, you'd probably fill up another trip of all different things that are overwhelming or underwhelming.
Yeah, like even seeing that big Buddha, even though I didn't get a chance to see it, it was still really cool to experience it. And I mean, it was also great that I was with a couple of Canadians because we were the only three there. Because everyone else knew better to go on such a crappy day. Oh, here comes the Canadians. They're the only ones that would tolerate this weather.
Yeah.
We had 3 ticket sales today, folks. 3 ticket sales.
Yeah, pretty much. That was about it. I think there might have been another couple Canadians that were there too. But other than that, which was great because I have heard stories about it being packed when you go to see the Big Buddha. So it was the experience I had, and I appreciate it.
That's so awesome. Okay, Carrie, you got any more questions? Are you good to move on to the next part? All right. Well, yes. Thank you for listening, and come back in a couple of weeks because we've got part 2 of Stan's travels. And if you want to find Stan online, remember, you're going to find him at The Solo Show and the Grand Circle Tour podcast. Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.